Welcome to the first episode of the podcast. Oh, this has been a long time in the making. Almost 2 years now. I've been talking about this for 2 years, planning about this for 2 years. I had the resources to start it and whatnot, but I guess circumstances and personal issues kind of like made it along. But today I got a special dude with me. You feel me? For the first episode, I got my ride or die. All right.
That's my phone away.
Right. That's definitely not making it in a cup, but whatever. Yeah, bro. So introduce yourself. Tell them a little about
myself.
A little bit about yourself.
All right. My name is Eli.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, God bless Eli. On Twitter, God bless Eli. I do a lot of things. I run a 6-figure business called uproar. I teach producers online. Probably taught over 100, 200 students all across the world. Probably like 30 countries somewhere. And I produce as well. I produce for Chris Brown.
Just one of them, alright?
Young Thug, Drake, and Jaden Smith, yeah.
This guy said it so familiarly. Like,
yeah.
Just Drake. Okay. That's good. That's good. So that's a little bit about you. Okay. Yeah. So let's start off. Like it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
I mean, booked and busy. Just trying to figure a lot of things on my personal life. Trying to figure out a lot of things in business where I want to take 2020 to trying to set my intentions overall.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing it's the end of the year, looking back, right? What are some things that some struggle, not necessarily struggles, but like some hardships and some blessings that you got from this year's?
I mean, this year, it's been blessings in multiple areas. I think it's been a high. It's been good. Like there's a lot of things that went well. The thing that I think would go wrong is not believing in myself enough. As much as like I've achieved everything I've sought out to do, monetary, career wise, even some personal goals. Like I feel like I didn't believe myself enough as I should have. So I wish I had done that more. I think my life would have been much more happier.
So you're trying to tell me right now you're not happy? And I'm not saying you're not happy, but like
I'm not saying I'm not happy, but I wish I was more happier. Like I know that there's a higher level I can get of happiness.
Okay, so what are some things that you did do that you're like, yo, this is?
I mean, starting my brand Loophole, and within less than a year, revenue like 6 figures was cool. Also, teaching my sample classes and being in LA for 6 months, like that was kind of crazy. Like not a lot of people have a chance to go move out to live on their own. Actually most people do because of school, but this wasn't for school. This is for music. This is my dream.
Business wise.
So it's like a little different, and it's like LA is one of the most expensive places in the world too. Like that was just like so surreal. That was like the best, one of the best feelings ever. Sun every day, like palm trees everywhere. It's so sick,
This guy, and it happened at then COVID times too, no?
COVID times too.
Yeah.
So I was out of here right before everything went on lockdown.
And like stayed there for a minute too.
I stayed there for 6 months, like literally 6 months.
6 months was just LA, but you didn't stay just in LA though, right?
No, I stayed only in LA 6 months.
Oh, I thought you moved you went around too.
No, I stayed in LA 6 months. I was living alone for a bit.
Okay, so comparing LA lifestyle and Toronto lifestyle, what is like the hugest difference you found?
Toronto, man, there's so many like layers of life that's being different. But LA, things just move so fast. And not much as a crab in a bucket mentality, especially towards your dream. LA is very much like happier people. They're not so grungy, right?
Fair.
Yeah, like no one's like, oh, I don't know this guy. I can't like rock with him. I can't rock with him. It's more like, oh, you do this too? Okay, cool. Let's all try to do it together.
So you're trying to say like Toronto's kind of bad mind.
I don't say bad mind. It's just like if people don't know you, they don't know you, and they don't not open to knowing you.
It's a lot easier to make business here.
Huh?
It's a lot easier, like harder to make business here. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to make business, get comfortable with people. People feel like people are watching over their shoulders, trying to do whatever.
Trying to sneak each other.
It's not good vibes. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's 100%.
Yeah, I feel like I have trust issues. Over there, it's just more free. Not saying like they're all perfect, but like it's definitely easier to collaborate.
Yeah, honestly, you can sense it even through like music wise. Like I know you're heavy in the music industry, obviously being a producer.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, there's this like thing about the music industry where it's like everybody's beefing each other. Like at least in Toronto, everybody's either beefing each other.
Toronto's not even the music industry. Everybody beefing each other. It's just like everything. Like,
it's just much. That's crazy.
Hectic, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, bet. So obviously starting out in music, what are some like advices you would give someone?
Advice, man.
Not actually. Forget that. How did you even get the idea to like this is my thing? Like this music is my thing.
Oh man, like music being my thing and what I sold. I don't know, just so instant and immediate. Like I was like, bro, I want to make music. I want to be the guy. All right, it's like so determined. Like, you know what? Like when I discovered Wonder Girl, I was like, yo, Wonder Girl's like from Brampton. She's from
I remember.
Yo, like 16. She's produced for Jay-Z. Jay-Z was one of my favorite rappers. I was like, yo, bro, like this is so different. She produced The Crown. Like that was like the beginning process. Yeah, that was like the beginning, like inspiration. I seen a couple guys going out to produce some big records, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? If they can do it, I can do it too. Like I want to be a part of this music movement. And like I was already doing like a lot of music shit. Like I was already doing like a lot of music stuff. Like
I remember it.
It's like bass drum, saxophone, piano, guitar.
Like instrument wise?
Like instrument wise, like I used to listen to music every day. Joey Badass, Earl Sweatshirts.
I remember because you introduced me to things.
Just a lot of people just even go on SoundCloud and listen to songs. I just love the music so much. I just understood it, and it meant so much to me. And when I finally had the confidence to be a creator, and I was sold, you know. It's like I went to Eclipse, a Youth Against Violence program. I only went there because of the music program. I was like, bro, I want to know more about it, and I was hooked.
That's crazy. That's good. Okay, so I know most people, including myself, sometimes like starting out is probably like the hardest part of like doing anything. What gave you that like? I don't know how you can say like what was that like? Thing that like push you like no matter what happens.
You gotta remember it is the hardest, and I won't disagree with you, but it is the most fun. Like there's so much inspiration you get off of like the most trash like ideas. Yo, you're just like there. Nah, trust me, like just the fact that I got F on my laptop is just so like, oh my god, like
that's like, stupid.
Yo, I put a hi-hat and it doesn't sound good, but so there's like so much inspiration, and that passion part is what like kept me just like going. Like obviously it's harder because you don't really know what you're doing in terms of making a career out of it, but having the most fun is definitely like something that's prevalent in everybody's beginning journey. You have the most fun when you start.
Okay, so I like definitely going through all of that. Like I'm pretty sure you got to some points where like you don't like. Did you ever like get to a point where you doubted yourself? Like I don't know if this is it.
For sure. I doubted myself. I remember when I for real doubted myself 3 months in, and then it was like you battle. Even like recently when a Drake song dropped, I doubted myself. I was like, "Fuck, I want to quit." Like
That's actually so different. I know most people would actually get hype off of that.
Like I got hype, but I felt like quitting, to be very honest. It happens. Like it's just normal. Time to time, you're here. All human beings, our feelings change. whatever. But you gotta be very cautious with that because not the other side is not as good as you think it is. You gotta be grateful for where you're at. Like the grass is greener on your side. That's how I always feel.
Really?
Yeah, the grass is always greener on your side, the side you're on. So sometimes quitting might seem better because I don't have to do certain things you're obligated to do or be with people you don't want to necessarily be around. But you think, these guys I want to be around, and you go with those guys, and you're like, I'll never want to be with these guys again. So that's what kept me grounded. That thought process of just like, just gotta stick with it. I clearly love making music. Some things it's just like bullshit. Some things are just not.
You're good.
Some things are just not the things I would 100% like to do, but I'll grow to like it, And yeah, remembering why you do it keeps you going.
So that's a pretty good one. But okay, so let me ask you this: like I know a lot of people tend to start things because of like the potential money they could be making. Do you think you'd still be making like music if it wasn't?
Yeah,
like if you were making
that's what I'm saying. Like I never really made music for the money. Never when I once did. Like I was thinking, I'm going to do this so you can get $1 million or 100,000 or 50K, 60K, 10K. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just making music because it was fun. Like I was obviously like I know money's gonna come out of it, but I was more worried about making some fire stuff. Like my biggest thing for as a person was to be the best. I just want to be the best, just to be the best.
All right, that's sick. That's sick. Okay, so this question. I don't know if it's like, when did you realize that you're like, bro, this is I gotta take it serious now.
No, off rip. Like I told you, from day one, I gotta take this serious.
Like from day one, you knew this was the road.
This was the road. Day one.
Because I know most people like
I know.
You know what I mean?
But that's why a lot of things happen fast for me. Because it's like I
just kind of jumped.
And then maybe I want to do this. Maybe not. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do this.
That's crazy. Because most people, if like when they start, it's like an initial like they're always like hyped. They're kind of riding off the hype, like what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, but I'm not most people.
Facts too. That's quite facts. That's facts. That's crazy. So what? Okay, so then what are some advices you would give anyone who's starting out that like you're not necessarily warning, not music wise, anything, but
anything? What advice? I mean, don't be scared to go all in. A lot of people know what they want, but they're scared based off like parents, society, or friend group, or what they think they need to be at, what they think they need to do. So they don't really go all in on what they really want. They kind of put a little bit of energy, effort, but not. They're comfortable. They play it safe. Yeah. I never played it safe. I just said, I'm gonna do it. I just jumped in the deep end, and I feel like once you find something, even if it's like you like it like 20%, you don't love it, but you like it 20%, jump all in. See what's good. Allow yourself to love it,
That's crazy to me because I like personally speaking, like certain things like I think like you think too much about the risk.
Yeah.
And then you stop yourself. So when do you know like this is either this I'm just going in dumb or
man. Going in, like, what are you talking? So what's the question?
Like I'm basically asking like how do you calculate, I guess you could say
just have risk management?
Yeah, risk management.
I mean, bro, like, what are you worried about? Just try and fail. Especially if you're young, if you're like under like 22, not even 22, under 25, under 30, not even under 30, like 40 or whatever. Just do it. Just do it. What are you gonna lose? Obviously, be smart and see what your personal life, you're saying, your finances, saying what responsibilities you have overall that need to be attended to and secured. But for the most part, if you're young, especially if you're young, like under 30, just jump in. Right. The biggest risk is not taking anything.
That's pretty true. That's very, very, very true. So I know you started very early, as you said before. Like from what I remember, it was like not even 16, maybe like 18.
6 years ago. It was like 7 years ago when I started making music.
I don't remember the age, but like you were fairly young.
I was fairly young, yeah.
how did it feel to like for you to be like, okay, you're taking this serious, but your friends are like,
not taking. Oh man,
you're not taking.
Honestly, like bro, that side of thing, like I was trying to say, like how did I feel that I was taking things serious, but everybody else be 17 and not taking it serious. I mean, there's a lot of people that thought they want to take it serious, and I can tell that they weren't serious. There's other people that did not take me serious, and they didn't feel good. But I just stayed to myself. I did what I like. You know? I didn't have. I went out a bit. I went out sometimes. I didn't go out as much as everybody else. You know, that's fine. Like, to each his own. They did what they did. I did what I did, and look at how their life turned out. Some turned out good. Some didn't turn out good. And look how my life turned out. Certain things are good, and certain things aren't good.
Okay. So on that same line, I guess, how do you at that time? Do you think you managed your social life like properly, or do you think it's affecting you now?
You know what? Looking back at it, like I could say no, but I did manage it properly because the people who are not for me and only wanted me around for vibes and things like not serving me, and not even serving themselves, those guys got cut off. Those guys, I didn't build with those guys. They served me nothing.
Right.
So yeah, there's like some lonely periods, but it's a little better, way better than hanging around the wrong crowd.
Fair enough. That's very good. So okay, so now would you say your circle is like this is my circle, this is my tight circle?
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to establish that. I'm trying to figure out like who my circle is and who I consider deep, real friends, not just I know this guy, hi, bye type of thing. Right. But yeah, and for the most part, I know like who I can call, like who is genuine. You know,
that's crazy. Okay, now would you say now that you're established?
Established?
Not like
I'm not established
because everybody has a certain view of what they could think is like. Okay, I'm like at least I have my foot in now.
Yeah, I have my foot in, but I'm not established.
Okay.
I think that the idea of established. A lot of people have this idea of established, and people talk to me about like sometimes I wish I could do things like you or establish myself, whatever. I think it's all fake. Like, be happy where you're at,
all right,
and of course want more, but be happy where you're at and work hard and stay consistent. You'll eventually get established. If you're working hard, you don't have to worry about being established or not. You know,
fair enough.
Like to some people, I could classify as established. I'm not gonna lie. Like, but certain aspects where it's like, I can hold it down. I have it like that, but even then, it's like I'm not established for real.
So to yourself, you're not.
It's an ongoing journey. It's an ongoing journey process. I definitely have leveled up to certain heights, but established is not real. Drake is not established in his own eyes.
Which is very. I guess so do you think there's ever gonna be like, personally speaking or in general, like ever gonna be a point where you're like,
I mean, there's gonna be always levels and milestones you achieve. Once you achieve certain milestones and goals, you can be satisfied, you know. X amount of money, whether that be $200,000 net worth, $500,000 net worth, kids, or some amount of records or songs, or having this many followers. Like, it's all it's going to change. Like, it's going to constantly change. Like, so you just got I don't know what I was trying to say, but you just got to set your milestones. Like, there's no such thing as established. And there's moments when you pass certain milestones, you'll know, I can do this less or I can rest more. But that milestone is not the end all be all.
It's almost like saying success is like, I know a lot of people say success. I can't even speak right now. Success is like an ongoing thing. Like,
it's an ongoing thing. It's not just destination. It's never a destination. I'm gonna tell you right now. You say you want 100,000, you want 50,000. When you get it, it's gonna feel like nothing.
Do you see bad in that? Because I feel like
nothing's wrong with that. It's just human beings, just being normal. The same way you go and think that, if I got a toy from Toys R Us, my life is set at like 5. You know, like
Yes,
a lot of us thought all we needed
this
was
is some little things and it would be
the
good.
Nintendo DS or whatever.
It'd be blessed in
Where
life.
it's
Nah,
like,
that's
yeah, I
100%.
can be grateful for these things, but just a blimp of all the possibilities. You should want more. Like God made this earth so we can explore it and venture off and find ourselves. You know.
100%. I don't know, because I feel like it gets to the point where we get it could one could lose themselves in it if they don't if they're
I
not
mean,
too
you
careful.
can. That's very, very real. You can lose yourself in it, but
Chances of
I
happening
just
is
like I
less.
just keep the ambition and chase and desire. There's always more people you can help. There's more people lives you can touch.
Right.
There's way better ways for you to help and support your family. Like
Right.
just keep going, right?
Right.
You do lose yourself when you make it more about you and your selfish goals than other people. And I think what kept me going is like making less about me and making more about for me and my personal situation, the producer community.
Mm-hmm.
And after just black people as a whole or minorities and the misrepresented people, like when I started caring about these things, that's what forced me, let me go learn trading and stocks because, I need to boss myself up to help other people boss themselves up. My classes and loophole, whatever, is just help people.
That's pretty crazy. Okay, so now that you've kind of like touched on the whole entire minority community stuff, do you think in your industry right now, do you think there's like a lack of that, where like people are not being represented or not
Yeah, there is. Not as the creatives. The creatives are predominantly minority. They're all mostly black, whatever. But the executives, the ones where it matters, people that create the rules and the systems, is very unrepresented. We all know rappers, R&B singers, producers, songwriters, whatever. They're all black. But the part that matters is the real money is in the executive role. They eat off of everybody. They're actually the richer ones. It's not about the money. It's just about
control.
The control. And it's like it's almost like we're creating the game and we're playing their game. Like, there's so much power that they don't need to have that we can have ourselves. Right? There's no representation amongst these executives for black people.
Right. Do you think that you guys are on a path to fixing that?
Overall in the world, there is like people trying to raise up new black executives and have more even black millionaires or have more black people in power. So they're like it's a trend, overall, and I just hope to see it go faster and have more stuff over there. It's still a problem.
Hopefully, we see in our generation.
For sure. As I said, it's being solved, but we can do a lot more better.
Okay, so how do you think people can help actually like almost be like a catalyst to that of like how
just
fast
knowledge and empowering yourself, like equipping yourself with the right knowledge first and foremost, and loving your craft and taking yourself serious, taking the people around you serious, do good business, and do the unthinkable, take risks, like learn about assets, buy assets, take those chances. Like it all matters, it all empowers us at the end of the day.
That's real. That's real talk right there. So I remember earlier you said something about social media, right?
All right.
Right now we're the age where like literally everything happens on there. Like you can't.
All right.
Yeah, you're basically not known if you're not on social media. That's pretty fair to say. Do you see some pros and cons with it? Because I do see like some pros and cons with this.
Brother, like everything has pros and cons.
Okay, let me ask a better question. Do you think the cons outweigh the pros, or?
I don't think the cons outweigh the pros. Like, so no one knows social media, even the cell phone itself has added much more prosperity to your life. Like,
it's true, 100%.
We're much more prosperous than we were years ago. So, yeah, there's cons. People are suffering mentally, and people are arguing, cancel culture, all this shit. But there has been tremendous benefits. So
How do
if
you
it
feel
wasn't
about that?
good, huh? If it wasn't good, then why would it still exist? You know?
Fair enough, but okay, you touched on cancel culture. How do you feel about cancel culture? Because I feel like
Honestly, bro, I learned a lot about biases and critical. I learned a bit about critical thinking,
hmm,
cancel culture. I get the purpose of it. I get why it exists and um, what part of society, like how it's important and part of functioning society. But people are just like unreasonable
weird.
sometimes. Yeah, just weird.
This is weird. Because
Um,
the like,
yeah, again, we're trying to hold each other accountable, but the way people take it sometimes they're taking it a little too far.
why do you think that is? Like, I feel like we're becoming so.
I mean, man, a lot of people have not managed their own feelings, haven't managed their own emotions, and um, a lot of people have not accepted themselves. If you can't accept yourself, you cannot accept other people. You know, that's
Jeez,
yes,
dropping gems. Yes, yes,
it's one
yes.
of the few things that sticks out to me about cancel culture,
Mm.
and there's lack of understanding. Like social media, the way people go about social media is very me. Like, oh, how I feel,
Mm.
what I care about, and less about, oh, how is your day? How are you doing?
Mm.
You go to make a post from your profile. You know what I'm saying? Like the experience
100%.
is very self-centered, and when it comes to controversies and even issues where someone does something like messed up, if someone does something messed up, they don't mean to do like
Right.
it requires understanding to forgive them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, 100%. Because I was even just watching I'm pretty sure you've heard of Joe Rogan, his podcast.
Yeah.
Or not. I was watching a episode on Kevin Hart. Remember the whole allegation thing that happened with him?
Cheating and stuff.
Yeah, all of that. Like, it got to a point where he's like, "Yo, I've apologized," to the point where like, it's not much I could do. Like,
For sure.
he was talking on like the conversation he wanted to talk about. Like, he wanted to have a conversation about how he can like better himself or better like make like basically like do better. But then as he
As he
did,
does that, it doesn't work. Cancel culture. Cancel culture is just no such thing as forgiveness for me. Which is like me personally, especially like growing up, learning about the ways of God, like you gotta forgive.
yeah, 100%.
Forgiveness is not an easy thing, but you gotta forgive.
Trust me.
There's a deep reason of why forgiveness is important, but psychological reason I can think of is just like, yo, a lot of people have not accepted themselves. A lot of people don't even love their own flaws. They try to run away from their own flaws, and the best way to feel better is, oh, you're a bad guy.
Almost like it's like almost like they stop focusing on themselves and focus on others.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so much more easier to
Maybe somebody
cancel
else.
somebody than to face your own problems. Like,
100%.
and cancel yourself, essentially.
It's so weird to me. I don't know. People are just. I feel like people. I wouldn't say people are getting like more negative, but like that's what you see. Like at least that's what social media seems to be promoting. That's why I kind of said like the whole thing about the
Hey,
cons.
man, you are what you follow.
Fair enough. I'm not saying me personally, but
I know, but you are what you follow.
100%. These
You
trolls
know?
be going
There's
crazy.
positive side, there's negative side.
That's 100%.
That's what you make it, right?
View you have, and that's a okay. So going back to views, right? How do you view this whole entire thing with the corona?
Corona is a beautiful thing for me personally. For me personally,
Okay, personally.
I made sure for me personally, like it's brought my attention to the right things in life, and even then, like my producer lifestyle, I already spent most of my time inside and understanding technology and like whatever. So it's just like it wasn't a problem. The aspect of people dying and people without jobs is very sad to see, and like
Unfortunately,
but COVID as this ways of COVID, as a lot of things that are misfortune in this life, open up the floor for truth to come in. Like you have to be broken down to be rising up. There's a lot of things that COVID highlighted that, oh, we didn't really need to do this, you know.
Yeah,
or like it had people really rethink their lives for what's really important. Some people had a chance to launch their business. A lot of people had a lot of chance to run their business that they want to always do, but like they have to go just because whatever. Corona helped them realize it, and some of them thrive. Like some of them went crazy, as well as some people are like, yeah, some people breaking up and divorcing, but some people have a chance to sit home and realize, yo, I don't want to be with this person, breaking up, whatever. It just like it just allowed more people to sit down and think, which I feel like prior to Corona, people were too busy to care. Even people like are rethinking how their government works and why is the government doing this and this and that. And then we had to go on crypto, we had to go on blockchain. People are really like have real reflection.
Honestly, because I feel like a lot of there's a lot of uproar during COVID.
Exactly.
You think what I mean?
Exactly.
I think most people had to like sat down. Like even for me personally, I was never one to go out on a daily basis or like be wilding out like that. But to be able to sit down, like to literally have a day or something, like a week or whatnot, to focus on you alone. Yeah, kind of like see the true you, I guess you could say.
For sure, you see the true you. A lot of people became more introspective.
100%. So, how do you think it impacted the music industry?
I mean,
it
affected the music industry in terms of like the fucking. It impacted the music industry in terms of like shows and stuff. But for the most part, like people were still working. Like when you go to the studio, it's like not too many people, so able to still link up on the side. There's no police and not a lot of like law regulations against the people like setting up the sessions. Like you could still link up on the down low, but
you gotta know.
It affected the music itself because like the world's not going through a good place. So I felt a lot of music was very mundane and wasn't the most exciting. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It was, can't say it's boring. And it was a little bit more reflective and a lot of pain music like Rod Wave, Polo G, doing better. Lil Baby, who was like motivation, started rising up because I felt like people just needed that kind of music to get through sometimes. But
music wise, okay, it's fair.
It changed the creation of music.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like actually it pushed a lot more people to kind of like focus on themselves to
whatever way,
not just music wise. Like I know a lot of, as you said before, a lot of businesses started like popping up. Like people realize that you can't necessarily work with a company. Not that it's bad to have a 9-to-5 or whatnot, but
you dissing them?
I'm not.
On the nose,
I'm not dissing them, but like I'm saying, basically what I'm saying is like a lot of people realize that like a 9-to-5, there's like a possibility you will be let go, and a lot of people did get let go during COVID.
A lot of people they never thought
they would never get like fired and whatnot, but it happened. So I felt like it got them to think about like future security, if that means future like
their own security, putting power in their own hands, really.
Exactly, right. And then I think around this time, was it that this year's summer is when I really heard about NFTs. Bro, I lucky missed the wave on that heavy. I mean, I think it's still in the uproar.
You never missed out on nothing.
Yeah, like fair, but like I feel like if I had gotten earlier when I actually had heard about it, which I tried my best to like obviously
for sure
know about it, but I was like, yo, this is not that it won't go anywhere, but once it starts, I feel like it will die down quick. So it was a thing where I was like, okay, yeah, it's just gonna pass and go, but honestly, sticking around.
As I said, it's just a start. Don't feel bad.
How do you feel about it? NFTs.
NFTs is cool. Like, I just caught my first one.
For Gibbs, right?
Yesterday.
Frank
Dukes, NFT, Ghost. I got whitelisted because I know him and whatever. So it was an easy process.
Right.
Got 3 of them.
100%.
Trying to see how it is. The space is very good. I really had today especially, I had a very aha moment with NFTs and why it makes sense and why there's CryptoPunks and there's The Bordeaux 8 Monkey is what, access you have by having them. But even just understanding the technology period on a deep conscious level, how it affects the world. I think NFTs is like
next thing.
I mean, it's obviously it's the next thing, but NFTs will solve a lot of problems that creators, just like art creators, will have, or
100%.
Different businesses will offer new services off of this NFT thing, which is like, it's mad unique. Like, I'm still trying to fully understand its day-to-day use, but overall, as a conceptual thing, like I'm in love with NFTs right now.
That's crazy.
I'm working on my NFT and working on partnering with a few people that are dominating the space, rolling out like NFT is very community based, so I'm getting my community together right now to drop NFT.
Pretty good. Do you think you have we'll come back to NFTs, but do you think you have a pretty solid, not solid, but
yeah, of course,
basically solid.
I have a little cult. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a little cult of producers, just like I don't want to say cult producers, but I have supporters, and I'm fairly known amongst the upcoming producer community. All thanks from Wonder Girl, thanks for doing Frank Dukes' Kingsway Pack, posting a lot on Instagram. I was very conscious of me focusing on the producer community, and I think I'm recognized in that sense.
Do you think you are willing to go an extra mile for them?
For sure, they know that.
All right,
they know that's why a lot of people DM me, have questions. I'm there, I'm posting inspirational stuff. I'm just building my community. It's natural to me. I'm not forcing it. I'm not trying to do it on purpose. Like, I love to help people.
That's actually good.
And that's when my classes took off. Like, these are paid classes. You gotta remember, these are like, bro, 350 USD.
For your classes?
For my classes.
That's
what man. I had more hundreds. Like, not that's not to talk about, this guy's like
of course,
doing getting a lot of class. No, it's more or less like, bro, that means a lot. That means something.
People are valuing you stuff.
People value me that deep,
Which is good. But okay, do you ever think when you're giving out a product, like a sample to
whatever,
like a sample, whatever, NFTs, or whatever you're giving out, do you think it's like, are you like a perfectionist? Basically what I'm asking is,
perfectionist?
Nah. When you're like,
everything is a work in progress. I think the idea of perfectionist is fake. The idea of a perfectionist is fake. No one's perfect.
Right. But then
it's a work in progress.
Right.
If you go back to look at Facebook 10, 20 years ago, it looks very ugly.
Right.
It's a work in progress.
Right. Yeah. How do you even feel about the whole entire Facebook thing with the multiverse and things?
Metaverse? I think I watched a video of Mark Zuckerberg explaining it to Gary Vee, and I think, you're a genius for trying to changing Facebook's name to Meta and establishing yourself in the forefront. I'm actually a big supporter of Mark Zuckerberg for that.
Do you ever think it's gonna be like, because right now a lot of things are just moving onto like
virtually. So are you asking if the metaverse is gonna be really a thing people use?
Yeah, not really. I know people are gonna use it, obviously, but I'm asking like, it's almost like, not almost like it's almost like everything's getting transferred onto the multiverse, I guess you could say.
I mean, like multiverse is also called Web3. And I think Web3 is already establishing itself.
Yeah, Decentraland and all of that.
Yeah, like, am I like confident that it's gonna get big? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will get big, but I don't know if. I think it's gonna be kind of weird.
What do you mean weird?
Because I feel like it's almost like, because with the whole VR and thing, like you're basically about to live your whole life, not your whole life, online.
I mean, obviously there'll be. You gotta understand that it's not gonna be solely this world. It's gonna be in relation to the real world.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like back and forth. So and it makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure our parents saying like, "Why you stay on your phone all day?" was like a weird thing to them.
That's what you packed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares if it's weird or not? It's still gonna get big.
Right. That's pretty fair. I don't know. To me, it's like don't get me wrong, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, it's like so I feel like some people are gonna like will not be able to draw the line between.
As I said, some people can't draw the line with their cell phones. It's pretty simple.
Pretty real. That is pretty. Honestly, I guess it's pretty deep.
It's not. It's gonna be a weird moment. It's gonna be a lot of people. There's gonna be some losers. Your African uncle that is asking to hire his son into my Facebook is gonna not be able to build his brand and make money from the online metaverse, whatever. Like, there's gonna be winners and losers. It's just like metaverse is gonna change the world, and I'm a firm believer that NFTs, metaverse, all these things are here to stay.
It's gonna be a massive change.
You know, it'll take a bit of time. This gold rush right now might be misleading. There might be a little pop in the bubble or a little bit of a correction where a lot of people have a reality check, but for the most part, the technology is here to stay.
Because right now, on the few NFTs that I'm working with a few people like or whatnot, like as great as it is, people will always find a way to like pull a move on it, if you know what I mean. As in like they'll find a way to juice it.
What do you mean juice it?
Make money out of it when it's almost like it's not a scam, but it's like
just get rich quick.
Yeah, I got you.
Schemes. Like, I mean, for anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like it goes with anything, but I'm like seeing it happen is crazy to me because it's like this is an area where like NFTs is an area where it's like it's made for like creators.
No,
not necessarily just for creators, but like
creators are just pushing it
right now. Yeah,
just that biggest advocate for NFTs.
Right,
it's meant for anybody really, and that's why it's going to be so important. Like it's going to touch the hospitals are going to be affected by NFTs. Politicians are going to be affected by NFTs. It's just that creators just have the influence and power to push the idea further. You know, everybody else is going to be affected by NFTs. You know.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's massively going to be disruptive, but to get quick rich schemes are going to die out fast. Those things don't.
I feel like they
don't last.
I feel like they already are crazy.
No. It's still going crazy. My homie just bought an NFT, bought a $50 NFT, $60 NFT, and he made 5,000.
Oh no! I like when I say die out is, I feel like it's almost getting to the peak where people are realizing like, I know this is not like. Because usually NFTs, what happens? They have a roadmap and all of that. They kind of tell you their future plans with the NFT and whatnot, right? Now it's getting a lot easier to tell which ones are actually gonna have like something like in the future, which are actually gonna follow through with their plan, and those who are just doing it just for that quick money and then hopping off, like right after.
Yeah. I mean the whole flipping, buying, investing in NFTs is.
Oh no, I feel like that one is okay.
No, it's the same thing. Like buying NFT art, like buying and investing in NFTs it's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
It'll figure itself out. I think the technology itself and the principles will last forever.
That's pretty crazy.
NFTs are ready to exist in different ways. Like blue check on Instagram as like an NFT.
Actually, that's pretty true.
Buying skins in Fortnite as an NFT. Minecraft. A lot of these things. Buying coins in Farmville.
This guy said Farmville. Brody, I think Farmville is dead now, but I get what you mean. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Honestly, I feel like right now we're at the point in history where it's like there's about to be like some like crazy that's gonna happen. I don't know if it's already happened.
I mean, it's already happening. What are you talking about?
That's what I feel like we're living in the middle of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we are living in the middle of something unique going on. So
whether bad or good, I don't know, but
it's just a unique moment.
It's just a unique moment. Yeah, it's just now. I feel like now is the time to establish yourself, because after this, I feel like if you didn't catch on, you actually will be left behind. You know what I mean?
For sure.
The whole
like depends what you're talking about. It's all relative, right?
Yeah. Like I mean, like in general, like right now, like
catch on to what?
just like whatever's going on, like you know what I mean. If you're gonna get left behind if you haven't caught on to like the things that are happening and getting involved with it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all relative. It depends on what you're talking about. Specifically, you're talking about crypto space and um, mental health and well-being. For sure, there's these trends that are popping off that you do need to attach yourself to,
Right.
figure out somehow, some way. Even if you're struggling and every day you're waking up like I don't get it, like still trying to figure out. Yeah, you're right, but for the most part, like just trusting yourself, trusting God,
100%.
you know, and all these changes will pass.
How do you? Because I know you're big on social media presence and everything, right? How does one control the social media presence and your real life like experiences and whatnot?
I mean, make social media real life. Like show your real life through social media. Maybe that's not the question you're trying to ask. Maybe we're trying to ask like, or I don't know. Can you rephrase it?
Like you know how certain people live a fake life on social media.
Yeah, they don't live a fake life.
Yeah, but fair enough.
Just don't live a fake life. Just don't do it. Just put your real life, peel parts of your real life online and keep it pushing. Like I post that I read, I post that I make music. I'm always posting these things that are really my life. I build a community around that.
How do you deal with the hate that comes with that? Do you even get hate?
I mean, it's probably there somewhere.
You just don't pay attention.
I just don't pay attention to it.
Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot. Maybe like, do you think it's always been like that with you, where you're like you don't just naturally don't pay attention, or is this like you have to catch
up? What
you
pay attention to? That's how my personal value, like, philosophy in life is. Whatever you focus on, give it life. You are what you pay attention to. So if I spend all day paying attention to hate, it's gonna make me become a hater.
You don't want haters out here. That's facts.
Yeah, it's like I just focus on the good things.
Damn. So if you look back now, like, okay, let's say you were to look back, you would meet your like the old you, right? The when you first, yeah. Well, what are some things that you would advices or things that you would tell them like in regards to anything at all, relationships, career?
Yeah, I got you. Everything that you believe is going to happen. So make sure you believe in all the right things. Your mind is that powerful, and you will achieve everything you want to achieve. That doesn't mean you're going to achieve all good things. And what I mean by that is there's certain things I've achieved now that I thought about those times when I'm like, frig, I should have want more. Or I should have considered this, and I want this as well. So I'll just tell myself that first and foremost. I think it starts from the mind and the compounds into everything else. It's physical equivalence, it's influence, all these things.
It's almost an hour of recording. It's pretty crazy. We'll wrap it up with a quick, I guess you could say like a book or song or whatever, like a book, song, podcast, audiobook.
That I like.
Like one you would suggest to other people that kind of changed your life. I know this is mad cliche,
a book that changed my life.
Like anything at all that.
So it's between the Bible.
That's crazy. I think you might be the first person to ever say this in an interview ever.
The word of God, like,
it's different. I'm not gonna trust me.
There's certain aspects of it where it's just hidden.
Trust me.
It's just hidden.
Trust me.
A lot of things that, man, there's certain things that just changed my life, brother.
I'm not even gonna lie. I have this saying. Like, I have this personal saying. I don't know if it's I'm not saying it's factual, but I think most books, like the values that you can get from most books, are from the Bible.
For sure. There's a lot of the Bible. You'll hear the Bible like through like some self-help books and some great books. You feel like it's derived from there, and I felt the same way too. So that's why I feel like the Bible single-handedly was one of the most influential and important in my personal life. after that, I read this book called The Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday.
I'll put that there so if anybody wants to read it.
Yeah, Ryan Holiday. That was also another great book that taught me a lot.
Mm.
Podcast that changed my life. I'm not really a big fan of podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
but if I'll say one podcast that did something for me, it was Illmind's podcast, Blapchat.
Blapchat?
Blapchat. Illmind has this music podcast for producers, and I just used to listen to how certain producers got their way in the industry and pick small things from them. And a song that changed my life, man.
Whether it was produced by you or
Man,
not.
of course. Blood on the Leaves, Kanye West.
Yo, that's crazy. I was actually listening to that today. Man. As I was working on that's crazy.
That song.
Brother. That song was this, though.
Yeah. I remember just sitting down and just listening to that song. I cried. That song was such a good song. It was a good song.
Like, man. Production, everything on that track was
banging. It was a good song. But there's that, and I guess my favorite album, like that helped me want to like really make albums, is between Days Before Rodeo and To Pimp a Butterfly.
What about Travis?
Travis Scott, Days Before Rodeo, and To Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
I remember buying the CD, hearing the first track.
I remember.
Ooh, these were HMV all the time.
I literally was about to say that. Like, we used to go to HMV. You used to go to it. You used to get the actual like hard CDs and everything.
I spent my money on the CDs.
Bro, this guy's literally every time I went to your place, CDs everywhere, just tracks. It's crazy. Now it's all digital. It was mental.
To Pimp a Butterfly, just hearing the first track, Wesley's Theory, man.
I think I literally abused that track. Like, everywhere I went, I was first track on.
It was a good album.
I was like, that's really amazing album. Okay, so to end it off, I'd say to end it off the whole podcast or the whole interview, who are a few people you want to work with?
I want to work with like Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande on some things. But other than that, I want to obviously Drake, but I want to work with some people in tech, like
the tech industry.
Like, I want to work with some big people, like, and learn from people in the crypto space. And work with some investors and learn from them. And yeah, I want to like not just do music stuff. I want to put myself in business shoes. Either Chamath or Chamath is a big investor. Learn from Elon or something. Elon Musk.
That's one person I want to meet one day.
Mark Zuckerberg, like some like big stuff, like you know, work with politicians. I want to work with the government. I want to collaborate with people for women's rights and
make positive changes for sure. 100%.
Positive changes for women and representation. Yeah, it's just all the stuff I want to work with.
Bro, actually, that's amazing to hear because I know most people, not to say that they don't help their community, but once they've made it, kind of forget.
Stop saying I made it, man.
Bro, I'm okay, sorry, my fault. Not made it per se, but like once people, not even you speaking.
I know, I'm talking.
But like, once people make it, I feel like they tend to forget, like, where they came from and like, to go back and out. But,
I mean,
that's a conversation for the next day.
I don't believe that, but.
Can they hit you up, or are you too busy for them right now?
I mean, hit me if I respond.
It's one of those guys. But yeah, if you are into the music,
hit me. I'm trying to respond to people more. I'm trying to be of value. So yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to hit him up, go ahead and hit him up. If you're into the industry, music industry, production, like music production industry, and you want to hit him up, I'm pretty sure he'll
try my best.
Try his best to get back to you, but. Yeah, this will be a wrap. This was an amazing episode. I think I learned a lot from Eli. Obviously, he's my boy, but it's always a lesson to talk to this guy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always getting something uh out of it. And hopefully I'm giving him something too. But yeah, yeah, for we have a lot planned for the podcast. I want to get into meeting politicians, meeting like social justice people, meeting people like all types of industries, all types of like places, you know what I mean? All types of people. I'm trying to get them on here. That's the whole plan with the podcast. Get them to, you know, talk, be real, release um, information that could both better themselves and others. Yeah, just build a community around just being a positive, positive, um, I guess, resource to people. Yeah. Other than that, this was the Fourth Wall podcast. I'm gonna wrap it up. You guys know me, your host, or I guess you will know me, your host, Sam. Um, on whatnot. Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up like that. So y'all stay safe, stay blessed, subscribe, like it, because YouTube only works if you like it, and share it to others. Comment down what you thought, comment down your opinions and whatnot, and just, you know, I'll try to get back to you all. But yeah, stay safe. All of that. Later.